My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
I would like to welcome you to this channel, A Pure Team Sussex. This is my second channel dedicated to support the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Today is July 29, 2021. This is Season 1, Episode 2. Episode 1 was the music video. If you didn't see it, please check it out. I'll put the link in the description. For those who join me in this new journey from my previous channel, thank you for your trust. I'm still the same. I'm still a Sussex supporter. That will never change. The only difference here is the form of delivering my message to you. Everything else remains the same. Majority of my video will be based on my observation and my opinion. I'm not an expert on anything besides reality. Even that, I sometimes get it wrong. That's what makes me human. The topic for this video are information and delivering the information. In another word, journalism. Before I dive into my two main topics, I want to explain how these two topics came to mind. Ever since I started creating content on the Sussexes, for those who are not aware, I do have another channel dedicated to the Sussexes, link in the description. Ever since I started creating content on the Sussexes, one young British reporter I started to follow on Twitter is Omid Scobie. I don't know too much about him. For the purpose of this video, I had to search for his background. Based on hitc.com, Omid Scobie grew up in Ayrshire. He has Iranian roots. He is the son of a Scottish man who runs a marketing agency and has an Iranian mother who works as a child welfare professional. If you want to know more about him, the link of HITC is in the description. His background was not what made me drawn to following him. To be honest, I have absolutely no clue why I chose him as the very first British royal reporter to follow, but I did. There are many British royal reporters I don't follow, but Omid Scobie is the only royal reporter I follow and other respectable byline journalists I follow on Twitter. As time passes, I started to get an idea why I was drawn to only follow him. As I started following him on Twitter and reading some of his tweets, I realized that a good amount of the comments under his tweets are somewhat attacking him. As time passed, I started resenting reading his tweets. The comments were too vile to process and I couldn't comprehend why they will do that. Majority of the time, the comments are usually attacking him based on delivering system of his message. I will see some notification popping up letting me know he had tweeted something. I never really incline or rush to go read them. Instead, I wait for other people that I follow who also follow Omid to retweet his tweets. That way I can have an idea what his message or tweet was about. It is through that kind of tactic and control I avoid reading some of his tweets. With every tweet, I usually read the comments to see how other people feel or think about the message he has just delivered. Okay? In a healthy society, people are allowed to agree, disagree about any topics. However, when the comments are attacking him personally because the individual don't like what they just read, it doesn't sit too well with me. To avoid the urge to read the comments, which I know will be a negative under his post, I avoid reading majority of his tweets completely. With that being said, Omid, I started thinking about what may cause some people to always feel the urge to have the need to comment derogatory comments directing toward him. To every normal human being, Omid is just a messenger. delivering a message that was passed on to him. Whether we like the message or not, that was the information he knew and therefore tweeted it. Obviously, I don't know how everyone feels about this young reporter personally. I will never know this. However, two things kept lingering in my mind. They are, one, information, and two, who is delivering the information, in this case, journalists. Okay, I'm not an expert on these topics by any means. However, because I can't stop thinking about it, I felt the need to look into it. I would like to share my thoughts on this. This is not to say I am right, it is my opinion. Feel free to further research on any topics I may raise and let me know what you think. Okay, with that being said, let's dive into the two topics I would like to take a peek into. So, the two topics I would like to focus on in this video are 1. Information, and 2. Who is giving the information, or better yet, journalist or journalism. Alright, before I dive further into these topics, I want to take a few steps back to bring light to something that I think that might be the root of the problem, or should I say, have a connection to these two topics. As an ordinary individual, we should know the world around us is consistently changing. Each time we make a small progress, somehow something happens to pull us right back again. Every progress we make, there's always some pullbacks. This has become a pattern, I must add. Some of us may not notice it. Some of us might be too busy to recognize it. Just know it keeps on happening. Many of us should pay attention of our surroundings that include communities, neighborhoods, countries, politics, and the world at large. For most of us, the everyday people, or better yet, the little people that keeps the world running at best, are too busy to take a few seconds of their time to stop, think, and look what is happening around them. It is with that preoccupied schedule and constant rush, going places or doing something that preventing some of us from seeing the sign around us. Most of us occupy ourselves with some things, such as it could be work, wanting more money, want promotion, want another car or house or family issues, whatever it may be, that prevents some of us to see the sign and to be able to make wiser decisions to better our progress. This is not to say going to work to pay your everyday cost of living is bad. I'm not saying that at all. We have to work to make a living. It's just that many of us are too busy to recognize the little things that usually happen, that usually have a big impact in our lives. Majority of the time, running to go to work, the running to meet deadline, the running for whatever it may be, that keeps us distracted and preoccupying ourselves with many things that we are failing to see many warning signs to help direct us to make wiser decisions to better our future. This is something that I realize as I get older, and I believe it might be the root of the two topics I want to discuss in this video. Our constant busy schedule prevents us to see the world around us and prevent us to obtain meaningful information, and 2, who's giving us the information. Okay, with that being said, let's get back to the focus of this video. I'm sorry I'm bringing you back and forth, but this is the way that I see those things sort of link. Alright, information and who's giving the information. Okay, as crazy as this may sound, all of these thoughts or topics come from thinking about Omid Scobie's tweet. To further dive into this topic, I want to target each of these topics by itself. First, I want to take a look at information. From my understanding, I could be 100% wrong. Information is facts about something or someone. Facts or the truth are the key. When people are searching for information, they are searching for facts or truths. Facts may come in many forms. Let's dive into types of facts or truth quickly. Not too deep, I must add, just the tip of it. As always, please look further into anything that I said in this video. I'm only an expert in reality. Even with that reality, I sometimes get it wrong. So do your own research. Alright? There are two types of truths. The first one is empirical truth. Empirical truth. The second one is convenient truth. Empirical truth is what majority of us look for. Empirical truths are truths that can be proven, verifiable by observation or experience rather than theory or pure logic. Convenient truth is what has been tainting our society. The name says it all. It is convenient. Its purpose is to conveniently serve for the moment. The vast majority of the population tend to lean toward the convenient truth because we are busy with our everyday task. Majority of time we are on the run. We conveniently want a quick answer to whatever information we are searching for. Thus, most journalists and politicians who want to persuade us tend to use this type of truth. Majority of the time, the type of truth usually serves its purpose in the now, right now. When we look at tabloid, gossip magazine, almost always, they tend to use convenient truth. Respectable journalists like Ronan Farrow and Omid Scobie use empirical truth. It is the truth that can be verifiable. Their truth or reporting can be traced back to something that can prove of their information. In other words, there's more work behind their truth. Now, let's go back to what I was saying. Sometimes the facts or the truth that come out of some people's search are not what they were looking for. The overall thing is people want truthful answer to their question. Sometimes one wonders why some people are not satisfied with the truth that they got. This question can branch out in many directions. However, I want to focus on when the truth is the truth. Obtaining a truthful information, it will help shape our action and our behavior. In some shape or form, it can dictate how we interact with one another, like with our children, husband, friends, neighbors, society, or vote on some important life decision. Many of these decisions can shape generations to come. Knowing the truthful information, it helps shape our future. It allowed us to make wiser decisions for the path we wish to make for a better or worse of our future. Majority of us want a bright, safe, and better future for ourselves and our family. Depends on the truthful information we got, it will determine our future, no matter what. This is what knowing the truthful information can do. Now, that brings us to number 2, the information holder. Who is giving us the truthful information we seek? Who is the bridge that connects us with the truth? Who is helping us shape our future consciously or subconsciously? Before diving into the information holder in general, let's step back a bit again. The person who is giving the information, if they have the answer, in my opinion, it is their moral obligation to give the empirical truth. Their truth must be as accurate as they can. Their truth should be able to be verified. Also, in my opinion, if the information holder don't have the information or the truth, it is also their moral obligation to inform the information seeker, which is me, you, us, or anybody who's looking for the information, okay, that he, the information holder or journalist, okay, doesn't have the answer. Or if they know where the information is, it will also be a great honor to pass that information to the person seeking that information, where to go to obtain it. So, who are the information holders? There are many information holders. An information holder can be your parents, friends, neighbors, politician, historian, journalist, or any one of us. For the purpose of this video, I want to look at journalism. Again, the root of everything must be understood. What is journalism? In simple terms, to me, personally, without searching of its meaning, journalism is an industry or industries that serve as a bridge between the actual event or current event and the public. Journalism become a bridge that connects or tells the public to his or her best abilities the truth of factual event. other topics may arise with my meaning, like the Naomi Osaka situation when thinking of journalism as a bridge between the people and current event. For the sake of simplicity and my sake, to tell you the truth, I will avoid this part, okay, because there's many branches to it. All right, before I get smacked down from my viewers with my bootleg meaning, here is the actual meaning of journalism. According to Google, journalism is the activity or profession of writing for newspapers, magazine, or news website, or preparing news to be broadcast. It is the production and distribution of reports on current events based on facts and supported with proof or evidence. Again, before I take a quick dive into the role, okay, this is the different thing here, role of journalism, I want to take a quick peek at journalist. Okay, a journalist, okay, is a person, according to Google, is a person who writes for newspaper, magazines, or news website, or prepares news to be broadcast. Their job is to present the news, current events based on their information gathering in an honest, fair, and balanced way. A journalist's job is to report facts with evidence. Their reporting should not conveniently fit the narrative of the day. Their reporting should stand the test of time. The only exception to this is, in my opinion, is if and only if an unknown event had occurred, it was not recorded, that specific information was lost, and the journalist was not aware of its existence. For his information truth, that is, when, in my humble opinion, a journalist's reporting can be forgiven. In other words, if a missing information was not known to the journalist and he didn't come across it or he didn't know it was exist, okay, this is the only exception that I will forgive a journalist reporting that may be missing some information. Okay, with this analogy, one must take into consideration of a journalist's pattern of telling his or her truth. If a journalist has a history of failing to look at all angles to obtain his or her conclusion of his truth, this journalist should not be taken seriously, in my humble opinion. Side note, sometimes it's mind-boggling to see how our current state of journalism. It is sad to see most journalists nowadays tarnish their reputation and name for a quick buck for writing false information. From my understanding, in the United States, journalists spend at least 4 years in school. They are taught about ethics, media law, investigative techniques, and more. Okay, keep ethic in mind. Okay, I will come back to that. Even though this is a side note. Okay, their education covers a vast topic. Their writing and verbal skills are taken into great consideration because transferring their findings or information for others to know about it, and it is very important. Their truth must be conveyed clearly, that way people can understand their truth to make proper decisions for their lives. All right. Within, now back to my regular thing here, within a journalist studies ethic. Okay, there it is again. Ethic is very crucial in my opinion. Ethic allows a journalist to tap into his moral principles. It helps a journalist to further express its core value from what is right and wrong. It is through morality that many journalists will obtain their integrity. It is through ethics a trust can be formed. So, a well-rounded journalist should be able to process this entire package. It is through that a journalist gets his respect from the public. Many information seekers like me, you, or any individual that may not like a journalist's journalism, if the journalist's truth or journalism can be proven, it is the journalist's truth. It is his truth. It is what his peers and respectable people will be judging him on. His facts are his truth to tell you. Thus, the information. Okay, it is his reputation he is holding dear to himself and to his family's name. If a person doesn't like or accept a journalist's truth, he must ask himself, what was he really searching for? Was he seeking the real truth, or was he searching for someone to inform him of what he wanted to hear? If he wanted someone to tell him what he wanted to hear, then that would not be considered as journalism. That would be a fabricated narrative to please his mind. And this is where convenient truth come into play. It is a quick, improvised truth can be created at the moment. Does this type of convenient truth help? Well, for the moment, yeah, it helps the person who is giving the information. But does this type of convenient truth help in the long run? Well, absolutely not. It might complicate many of your decision making in the future. At the moment when it was first given to you, it did help ease your mind. However, in the long run, there are obstacles you may not first aware of, and now you have to find a way to jump these obstacles. Okay, I would like to take a look at the role of journalism. Okay, in my opinion, a journalist's job is not to provide people with convenient truth. Perhaps a journalist can conveniently sum up his truth in a broad term to avoid a person from grieving or make irrational decision. For instance, if a journalist knows someone has been hurt in a way that if a parent or family or friend knows the severity of such truth, he will be devastated. The journalist may try to conveniently give a partial of his truth to such relative so the parent may not be shocked or hurt deeper than he already has. This is just a minor example I just thought of when convenient truth can be acceptable. Even with such convenient reporting, it is the journalist's moral obligation to still uphold the truth. Knowing the state of mind of grieving family, the journalist can use his ethic morality to know how to appropriately address his devastating finds or truth to the family member. Perhaps another day would be more appropriate to address his truth to the family. With that being said, whether we like a journalist's truth, it is his role to report his truth to the best of his observation and his research and abilities. The journalist should always uphold his moral duty to tell his truth to the best of his ability. This was my take on the role of journalism. According to Google, from betterteam.com, okay, the key objective of journalists is to gather information, write news pieces, and present the news in an honest and balanced manner. In addition to investigating and reporting on current events, they also work on articles and features that updates and influence public opinion. Again, this is a very key here, influence public opinion. Alright, betterteam.com's definition, the role of journalism, influence the public opinion, alright, bring red flag to me. Throughout our existence, through communication, we all communicate with each other in some shape or form to influence each other. Influence is a way to change, impact, affect, or sway someone's mind to something completely from what one's original belief was. This is where our problem lies when it comes to journalism. Influence public opinion, when it comes to journalism, it is a huge problem. It becomes more of a problem when journalists lose its moral obligation to the public. They go far beyond journalistic aspect. When journalism's main focus is to influence public opinion, convenient truth take precedent. Majority of journalists whose sole purpose is to influence public opinion tend to not care about empirical truth, facts finding, time to search and uncover specific detail have been forgotten. When convenient truth become the norm for journalism, a lot of people, the ones who is always on the go, tend to rely on this journalism. They don't have time to search for evidence. By the time a respectable journalist releases its empirical truth, with facts and evidence, okay, it's already too late. The majority of the public or population has already obtained the convenient truth. Major life decisions have already made. The course of their history and our history has already changed. Sometimes lives have been lost due to such practices. Convenient truth. One perfect example of such incident is the piece by Ronan Farrow and Tia Tolentino from the New Yorker article on Britney Spears. Link in the description. Convenient truth led by Britney Spears to the situation that she is in. If empirical truth was taken into consideration by all parties involved, perhaps convenience and facts-finding will have changed Britney's history. It is through grace of God Britney Spears is still with us. Convenient truth is very toxic. Okay, since I mentioned Ronan here, he is a perfect example of an ideal journalist whose work can always be empirical truth. I put the link of two of his well-known journalist works in the description. The first one is the one I just mentioned about Britney Spears, and the other one is the Harvey Weinstein accusers telling their stories. Both of these articles are empirical truth. They are verifiable. With this kind of journalism, he is well respected by his peers and many respectable people. Getting back to influence public opinion. This is where our problem lay. Majority of us are easily influenced or persuaded to believe someone else's perspective or point of view. Should everyone take a journalist at his word, his or her words? Almost always, every individual should leave room to verify any information that is given to him or her. It is our duty to verify the journalist's truth. In most instances, a journalist whose report is based on empirical truth, his reporting can easily be searched and verified. Evidence may not be quickly obtained, but other clues can be seen and link and back up the journalist's claim. The main thing is that people want facts. People want facts to move on with their lives, to make major decisions for themselves and their loved one, and of course for their future. While facts, truth, or information are what majority of the population is searching for, the truth becomes an obstacle for others. Those who prevent the truth coming out know that once the public know of the known information, it will not be beneficial to him. Therefore, they spend time and energy to prevent the public from knowing the truth. If the public know the truth, they will be able to make wise decisions for their future. The sinister behavior of those who prevent the true information from being known, they construct an imaginary narrative to prevent the public or a group of people to make progress for themselves and their loved ones. This imaginary narrative become a world within a fishbowl. Within this world, reality does not exist. Also, within this world, every information and evidence are manufactured in a way to confuse the population. This is where things get really messy. I hope I can explain my thought clearly with this one. Alright? Within a fishbowl world of lies, everything is manufactured, packaged, and to be delivered to and for the public. Everyone involved in such scripted world are always on point and undergo to manufacture a set of lies that fit within the fishbowl norm and way of life. If someone were to search for the truth of such manufactured world or of narrative, the answer to such truth will also be manufactured truth for that specific answer. In other words, within a fish bowl of lies, the answer within the bowl will too be manufactured answered. The truth will be made to buffer the original lie. Everything a person within that fishbowl thought was true, possible, or real will only understand it is a fake narrative. It is to get itself out of that fishbowl. It is then the person will understand that everything and every information that was given to him was a manufactured set of lies that were narrated and catered to begin with. Phew, I hope you understand this, because I myself was getting confused with it. What do I mean by this? What I mean is when something from the beginning was manufactured or created by men to make you believe one thing, and everything that surrounded that main objective or idea are also man-made. It helps support the very first manufacturer's set of lies. As a result, everything that surrounds anything is all buffer to help support everything or other lies that were manufactured each other. As a result, within a fishbowl of lies, everything else is also a lie. For example, once you step in that fishbowl, nothing is real. Be ready to be fed lies for anything you may want to know. I hope you understand my point. I can't think of anything else to help explain my craziness. I always believe in every aspect of life there is always one of anything that may not fall similar to the rest. In other words, there will always be one that survives, one that is different, one that's not the same. In the fishbowl of lies, this is where Omid Scobie come into play. In this instance, when it comes to information and journalism, I believe he is the only royal reporter that is out of the fishbowl of lies. I repeat, Omid Scobie is the only royal reporter that is out of the fishbowl of lies. There are many good reputable reporters in the UK. In this instance, I'm talking about royal reporters. Okay, royal reporters. As of July 2021, in my humble opinion, Omid Scobie, in the fishbowl of infest fabricated wall of lies, he is the only royal reporter that shows core values and moral obligation to tell his truth. He is a journalist that displays journalism value about the UK royals. I have not followed Omid Scobie too long for me to know a lot about him. The display of his professionalism and to be able to speak his truth as the information was present to him, it speaks a lot about character. When an individual go under Omid Scobie's post or tweet and feel the need to attack him personally because of his reporting, which is his truth as he saw it, or it was presented to him, one needs to think what sort of information he was searching for. Was Omid information was not what you wanted to hear? And how is verbally attacking him change reality? If Omid were to report an event at the palace and Omid happened to be standing behind one of the royals that he was reporting on, okay, in front of that same royal is another royal reporter reporting the same event. When it comes for each of these royal reporters to tell the public the bridge, okay, because reporters are a bridge, okay, of their reporting about this specific royal to the public, okay, each one may have a different description of that royal due to where they were standing. One thing that must be the same is the context of that meeting. Each reporter may have different wordings and explaining the meeting, but the context of the meeting must be the same. If an individual don't like Omid or any other reporter's way of explaining the same exact event, how is your anger toward Omid is going to change anything? Not much. His truth remains. It is not the same when any reporter fabricates its reporting. Journalism is a profession that helps bridge the public with the truth. There should be a trust between journalists and the public. If this trust is taken for granted by consistently fabricate lies to prevent one group from knowing the truth, there is no use for their service. Fabricating of lies hurts society at large. It withheld many families from progressing. It is, of course, have proven to kill people. I wish there were more journalists like the two young journalists, one in Pharaoh and Omid Scobie. Their truth or empirical truth. Whether you like their journalistic style or not, their truth will always remain true. You have a lifetime to fact check their truth, but don't attack them for reporting what they have uncovered or witnessed. In my opinion, their integrity, reputation, morality, and ethic behavior are intact in the eyes of history. So, I hope you like this video. This is season 1, episode 2. And there's a link in the description of everything of where I get my information and all of that. You could check them out. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. And subscribe to my other channel, Pure YTE. Today is July 31st, 2021, and I want to do a prayer for the video. Thank God I didn't edit the video yet, but many of you said that it would be good to have a prayer at the end. And so I think I'm going to do two prayers. I'm going to do the first prayer is going to be prayer for clarity and wisdom. Oh, shit. Okay. Prayer. My computer's slow. Okay. Prayer for clarity and wisdom. Okay, that'll be the first one. The second one will be for prayer for brighter future. So let's do the clarity and brighter future. The reason is that, clarity and wisdom, because we want our kids, all right, to have more clarity as they move forward, because we are infiltrated all around us with stupidity. I'm sorry to say, but the reason I'm saying that is because, we have a pandemic going on. We have grown adults who don't want to get vaccinated, and at the same time, they don't want to put a mask on. So we want our kids at least have some sort of a clarity and wisdom as they move forward for the future. That's the reason I say clarity and wisdom. All right, let's see here. Give me the strength and clarity of mind to find my purpose and walk the path you've laid out for me. I trust your love, God, and know that you will heal distress. Just as the sun rises each day against the dark of night, please bring me clarity with the light of God. All right, let's look for an image for that. Even though I say I'm going to do another one, but let's do an image for that. My mind went to the purple one first. I don't know why. So let's click on that. Okay, good. I was hoping it didn't get blurred. Okay. Prayer for clarity. Dear Heavenly Father, give me clarity of mind, heart, and spirit. Let me see things for how they are, as you see them. Let me see my situation with your eyes, with the eyes of Christ. Take away my fear and emotion, and may your spirit shine through. In your clarity I find peace, strength, and direction. When my eyes is clear, I see where there is hurt, so I can show compassion. I can see where there is sin, so I can give mercy. This are heading some of the thing with morality and ethic within that video. Okay, I know how to protect my heart from those that might harm me. All right. So when I read this one, I know how to protect my heart. It's when I said at the beginning is that I knew that from reading Omid's stuff, I'm gonna be hurt, not for me in particular, hurt for him, to see that this is what he had to see on his comment section. Okay, let me continue. From those that, okay, I know how to protect my heart from those that might harm me. When my eyes is clear, I see the great work Christ did for us all by taking all sin upon him, then rising up victoriously. Jesus is my King and Savior. This is my clarity. This is my home. In his holy name, amen. All right, so luckily I then I then edit that video and upload it, because I was having issues with the intro. I did the intro like several times, and I still didn't like it, so I went back. The one that's in this video, that's the original intro, but I think I did like 4 or 5 of them, and each one of them got worse. So I was like, you know what, let me just stay with the original, and I did that. All right, so now I'm gonna do a prayer for brighter future. A prayer brighter future. Our kids need a brighter future, because too many people are clouding their minds, their eyes, and everything. All right, let's see. Let's do this one, okay? And that'll be it. And what I plan on doing now that you guys sort of gave me a little bit of direction, so I'm gonna put this every Wednesday, hopefully. Okay, if you don't see any, just know I probably am busy. All right, I'm gonna do every Wednesday. I'm gonna try. Okay, the word here is try to put a video out on this channel, and on Wednesday on PYTE there won't be any. All right, so at least that will give me time to do more stuff and upload more things on the other one, so you guys could have something every day. So on Wednesday it will be for this channel, and then you will not have any videos on the other one. All right, so like those tweet videos. All right, so I thought about this morning when I come up, when I got up, because I need to do the prayer for this video. All right, so this is the prayer for brighter future. May God bless the woman deep within me, the woman I'm trying to be. May He mend where my heart is broken and fill every empty space. May God erase the tears of my past to create in me a brighter future. May He make me slow to anger and quick to forgive. Amen. All right, so for all the journalists out there who still uphold the value of integrity and morality and try to keep the truth, I know a lot of you have, including those who have lost their lives for trying to bring the truth to light. I really appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who feel the same way, trying to uphold the truth. So for all the ones that are already gone, I'm thinking of one, but it's a bit controversial. But I want you guys to know that we appreciate the truth, because without your truth, our future will be a cloud. All right, thanks for watching, and please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share.
We live in Naka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better